Welcome to this tutorial on the kubeconfig file. In this video, we'll explore how Kubernetes uses configuration files to manage cluster connections. Understanding the kubeconfig file is essential for anyone working with Kubernetes, as it's the key to connecting kubectl to your clusters. Let's dive in and understand its structure and purpose. The kubeconfig file is a YAML configuration file that tells kubectl how to connect to Kubernetes clusters. It contains all the necessary information, including cluster endpoints, authentication credentials, and certificates. By default, this file is located at ~.kube/config in your home directory. This file is essential for authentication and cluster access management, whether you're an administrator, developer, or any component that needs to communicate with the Kubernetes API server. The kubeconfig file is organized into three main components. First, we have clusters, which define the server endpoints and certificate data for each Kubernetes cluster. Second, we have users, which store authentication credentials for different identities. And third, we have contexts, which act as the glue that links clusters with users. These three components work together to provide a flexible way to manage multiple cluster connections and switch between them easily. Let's look at the clusters section in detail. This section defines the Kubernetes API server endpoint, which is the URL where your cluster can be reached. It also contains the certificate authority data for secure communication, ensuring that your connection to the cluster is encrypted and trusted. Each cluster in your configuration has a unique name identifier, allowing you to manage multiple clusters in a single kubeconfig file. The example shows a typical cluster definition with a server URL and certificate authority data. The Users section stores authentication credentials that identify who is connecting to the cluster. Kubernetes supports multiple authentication methods, including client certificates, bearer tokens, and username-password combinations. Each user entry has a unique name identifier, and the credentials can vary depending on your security requirements. In the example shown, we see a user authenticated with client certificate data and client key data, which is one of the most common and secure authentication methods. The context section is where clusters and users come together. A context combines a specific cluster with a specific user, creating a complete connection profile. You can also optionally specify a default namespace for that context, which determines where kubectl commands will execute by default. The active context determines which cluster kubectl will target when you run commands. This makes it easy to switch between different environments, such as development, staging, and production, without modifying your configuration file. Here's what a complete kubeconfig file looks like. It starts with the API version and kind, which identify this as a Kubernetes config file. The current context field specifies which context is currently active. Below that, you'll see the three main sections we discussed: clusters, users, and contexts. Notice how the context named prod admin references both the production cluster and the admin user, bringing everything together. This structure allows you to define multiple clusters, users, and contexts in a single file, giving you the flexibility to manage complex multi-cluster environments. Let's wrap up with some common kubectl commands for working with kubeconfig. To view your current context, use kubectl config current context. To list all available contexts, use kubectl config get contexts. To switch to a different context, use kubectl config use context followed by the context name. And to view your complete kubeconfig file, use kubectl config view. These commands give you full control over your cluster connections, making it easy to navigate between different environments and configurations. Mastering these commands will make your Kubernetes workflow much more efficient.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.